Hello my loves. So I decided to record a video to share with you. This is a question that I've been asked twice this week. Once via a coaching client who's just come to the end of their coaching program, and once from someone in my 5 weeks to calm meditation program. And the question is about breathing. And how do you know what breathing techniques to use and when? And also, where can you learn them? So as part of my coaching program, I use the breath as a tool to support people in reducing their anxiety and stress. Now, in my book, there is a whole chapter dedicated to this very, very thing. And it's something, I just took something down to show you the reason why this is so important to me. So, this little brown bag makes me quite emotional. I used to have this little brown bag in my handbag and it came everywhere with me. This, before I knew all different breathing techniques, this is what I used when I was having a full-blown panic attack and was hyperventilating. Okay, this is what I would use to regulate my breath. Our breath is such an incredible tool to use to support us to connect in with ourselves. It helps calm the nervous system. When we're hyperventilating, obviously we're taking really short, shallow breaths, and typically the breathing techniques we'll use to reduce stress and tension will be the opposite of that. So you're taking elongated exhales in particular. So the longer the exhale, you will trigger the nervous system out of the fight or flight and into rest and digest. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of different breathing techniques, and there are so many. And what I would advise is, if this is a tool that you want to explore to support yourself, and I urge you, please do, you need to practice, okay? And not practice just when you are stressed, but practice all the time, allowing our body to be in that rest and digest state as much as possible. So when we allow ourselves that opportunity, we're reducing the stress hormones in our body, we're allowing our muscles to relax, our heart rate to drop, all those incredible things. So, a couple of little very, very brief techniques. So I mentioned there exhaling for longer than your inhale. And this is one I use a lot with clients, especially coaching clients maybe who wake up in the morning and straight away their brain's off, racing ahead into anxious thoughts. And all we do is we use counting breath. Now, this isn't your traditional counting breath, but this is kind of my version of a technique. So all you're going to do is breathe in for the count of 3 and exhale for the count of 5. Really simple to remember. And you're just going to do that for a few breaths. You're going to use the counting to focus the mind so it's not racing ahead to the thoughts, and using the breath to connect you back with your body. And this is, where this incredible transformation comes, because we then begin to connect our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul, all through the use of our breath. We can use it for releasing stress. We can use it for releasing trauma. There's so many powerful, powerful ways to use our breath. So that's a very, very simple technique. Next up is grounding breath. This is also one that I personally have used a lot. I suffered quite badly with social anxiety previously, which is quite hilarious because I was very much the social butterfly. But things like concerts, the theatre, even being in the supermarket would send me into an anxious state. I would feel very lightheaded. I would feel like I was going to faint. I would feel like I couldn't breathe. So what I would do then is I would visualize drawing the breath, if I was standing, all the way from the soles of my feet up to the top of my head and breathing back down. Now, I'm not going to go into us practicing these just now, but I will on my YouTube channel. If you go and have a look there, there's a list of various videos explaining different breathing techniques. So grounding breath, drawing the breath up from the soles of the feet to the top of the head. Now, if you're sitting, okay, so say you're stuck in traffic, you find yourself getting edgy, you could just visualize drawing the breath up from the base of your spine, from your bottom to the top of your head and back down. Breathing up and down the body. So that's 2 techniques. In my book, we cover quite a few different techniques and I explain a bit about your nervous system in there. I explain the Buddhist counting breath as well, which is different from what we've just done. Square breathing, grounding breath, alternate nostril breathing. So there's knowing what is right for you will only come from practice. So you need to get acquainted with these breathing techniques. So practice one, maybe for a week. Just say, okay, all this week, every day I'm going to practice grounding breath, or every day I'm going to do alternate nostril breathing, or every day I'm going to breathe in for 3 and out for 5. Set a reminder on your phone, do something, put it in your schedule so that you can begin to learn these techniques so they become natural, they become habitual. So it's not like after the event, you're like, oh my gosh, what was that breathing technique? I could have used that there. Okay, so the only way that you are going to get to know what is right for you, because it will be different from one person to the next, is through practice. Now, I'm not sure how many different breathing techniques I have on YouTube, but you'll find a playlist there. I think it might be under anxiety tools. You can have a look at there. As I say, there's a whole chapter within my book. I've also discovered this book here, which is called Breathwork. And the fabulous thing about this little book is it has actually broken it down into specific conditions or specific things. So here we go: breathing for back pain, strengthening your core, overcoming a busy mind, clearing unhelpful thoughts. And it gives different breathing techniques, overcoming fears, for each of those things. So this might be a nice little book to purchase, to use. It is written by Natalia Westcott Brown, okay, and that's called Breathwork. So that is a beautiful tool to add to your kit to move away from this, to a life where you feel empowered by your breath, that you use your breath to fuel you with vitality and energy and connect you body, mind, spirit and soul. So if anyone has any questions about this, please, please, please do reach out, and I'm happy to chat with you in more detail about those. But it's practice. It is literally just a practice and trying different things. And, some you'll love and some you won't. Some people love square breath and some people can't stand it. Some people love alternate nostril breathing and some people just, have the fear. So find out what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Do it with your morning meditation or as soon as you wake, or to help soothe you if your mind is racing going to bed. But yeah, so any questions, please reach out. Sending you my absolute love. Use that breath to fuel your life with vitality and connection, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.